World residue, got you think I'm still tripping, but I'm brand new, wind blowing white linen. They think I'm artistic, cause I'm an optimistic. We set the city on fire, just to say we did it. They had a meeting gifted, I guess I must have missed it, cause we done hushed the naysayers and all the critics. We Charlie Sheen winning, without the drugs and women. They call me Lionel Richie, I'm dancing on the ceiling. Hold up, Mike Jack, Billie Jean, collard greens, my God reigns supreme. Nah, I mean, take it back to the 90s. I'm a microphone fiend, I'm trained by custom model TKO in the 3. I talk that good life, hood life, seeing the real. I promise to bury the J, just pass me the pill. I bust a Diddy bop, Josephine Johnny on them. I do a faux corner, put that Derek Chisholm on them.
Through it all, still blessed. I'm about to jump fresh, jump fresh, jump fresh, jump fresh, jump fresh. Hey, what's up? You're now tuned in to the Progression Podcast, man. That's me featuring my man, Gifted the Flamethrower, you know what I'm saying? Jump fresh, you know what I'm saying? We have to jump fresh. Hey, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in because, man, this is going to be a great show, man. I want to start my show off with my scripture that I always start off with. That's 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are brand new. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are brand new. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Progression Podcast, man. Engineered and powered by Josiah's House. Oh, it's right there. Josiah's House Ministries, man. And we gonna get right into it, man. This one, we talk about liberation, which is setting people free, education, educating people, and educating your mind. And then we talk about the elevation when you give your life to God, right? And when you give up your will to God, that's when your elevation happens, right? When you submit your will to God, that's when your elevation happens. Okay, just to give you a little bit. Now we're going to start talking about next level thinking. Next level thinking. That's what we're talking about today, man. So when we talk about next level thinking, we got to get real into it, right? So I got a scripture for y'all. My scripture is this. Philippians 3:13. Brothers, this is Paul talking. Brothers, do not, he's talking to the church of Philippi. Brothers, I do not consider that I have made it on my own. But one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead. Brothers and sisters out there, I do not consider that I have made it on my own. In some versions, they say I do not consider myself as one that made it, that's already there, that I'm some kind of, God-like figure. I'm trying this, but I do put them things behind me that was in the past, forgetting what lies behind me and straining forward to what lies ahead, right? Because it's time for next level thinking, man. Next level thinking. Now, what do I mean by next level thinking, right? What I want to tell you is something that's real intricate, right? So one thing we got to do is have private discipline. Private discipline. What comes with private discipline when nobody's watching you doing the right thing, right? Sometimes you got to give up some things, and do some things on your own. It's not just going to be given to you. These are private things in your life that you got to have discipline for. Like me, I have those little cravings for some Reese's Pieces every now and then. And sometimes, man, the flesh wants that stuff. But I know I got to resist that because I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm diabetic, right? So I don't need that stuff. Really, that stuff is killing me on the cool. but I just get it that I need to have private discipline, right? In my private time, I need to work out more, run more, lift weights more in my private time, right? And so I think he'll honor that in public. We want public praise without private discipline, right? What I want to do is talk about this, the things that I want. What do I really want out of this life? What I really want out of this life is to be financially free, spiritually astute, one with God, in sync with God, and to help others get to that point, all that financially, spiritually, and everything. That's what I want to do. When I say liberation, education, and elevation, I want to help people get to that. That's what I want. But I want to say something right now. Sometimes I was trading something that I wanted right now for what I really wanted in the big picture, not to see the big picture. I'm telling you, don't trade what you want for what you want right now. Like in the moment, you might want something right now, but don't trade that for the bigger picture, right? So it might be a little deal that you can do, a little money you can make, and it's a sly way, and it's a not so cool way to get it because you need something right now. Let me tell you something. Jesus was tempted by Satan, right? And so, he hadn't ate for 40 days and 40 nights. And so the first thing Satan said to him, hey, man, I know you hungry. Go turn these rocks into bread. He can catch you on what you really need. You really hungry at that time, right? And then Jesus, he fought back with scripture. What people don't realize that if Jesus got to fight back with scripture, that's some Deuteronomy scripture he was fighting back with. Jesus said, it is written that man does not live on bread alone, right? Man, that's scripture. He had to fight the devil's temptation with scripture, right? But don't trade what you really want, for what you want right now, not at the moment. Might be time to do a thing, but it might be not time to make it happen right now, right? It's a lot of things I want, man. It's a lot of things I want, but I really want my son to be successful in college. So if I'm putting money toward that, some little things might gotta take a back burner. Not the things I need. I'm talking about the things I want. I need deodorant. I need soap. I need all that kind of stuff. The stuff, I'm not talking about your needs. I'm talking about stuff that you want. Don't trade what you want for what you want right now. Now I'm getting into this. Exchanging bad habits for good ones is what we have to do. We have to exchange our bad habits for the good ones, man. Now, bad habits, smoking, drinking, I'm not talking about drinking water. I'm talking about drinking liquor, drinking syrup or whatever, drinking beers, whatever. The thing about that is, man, it could be habitual. It can become where you need to do it every day, because I know about it. I was in it. I was doing it every day, right? And so that became a bad habit. Then I had to exchange those bad habits for good ones. The good habits I had was getting in the Bible, getting around some cats like Trey Nine, Dave Trickey, Terrence Ville, guys that were in the Bible like me, and that was like, man, now I got something to do. You got to have something to do. The idle mind is the devil's workshop, man. And we was reading, me and my wife, we was reading, and the next verse says, and the lips, it said the idle lips is the devil's too. You know what I'm saying? Is the devil's mouthpiece. So I'm telling you, man, exchange your bad habits for good ones, man. But let me tell you, we're talking about next level thinking, right? Next level thinking. It's sometimes when we have these next level thinking, man, in our mind, and we want to do things that's right, and we're going to talk about setbacks, man. Setbacks. Hey, man, Everybody talk about a comeback all the time. And let me cut across the field with something right quick. They don't educate those they want to dominate. You understand what I'm saying? They don't educate those they want to dominate. So I went through it for a lot of period of my time, my life when I was in the rap world. My company, they taught me just what they wanted me to know. They didn't try to, they kept me at bay about real business issues because they wanted to keep that in-house for themselves, right? So I'm telling you, they don't educate those they want to dominate. And I'm trying to tell you what it is right now. And I don't want to dominate you. I want to educate you, man. Remember that, man. They don't educate those they want to dominate. Now I get back to, and I have it up here, setbacks, and I'm going back to setbacks. Setbacks. You might have things that happen to you, disappointments that happen to you, man, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to eliminate the things you think that are going to hold you back from your goal, right? We're talking about setbacks, right? And so when we talk about next level thinking, I think people thinking we're talking about Fortune 500 things or Fortune 500 company. No, I'm talking about on a small scale. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you work at Burger King. Hey, man, it's next level thinking in that, man. I'm going to be the best fry cook it is. It's next level thinking in that. I'm thinking about owning this Jack in the Box. Yeah, I'm flipping this patty now, but I got the capacity to own several Jack in the Boxes. And watch the money come in, right? Watch me be able to help other people. But see, you got to have that next level thinking wherever you are. I don't care where you at, man. I don't care where you at in life. If you got your entrepreneurship mindset ready, hey, man, you need to have your job. Get you a J. It's all right. As long as you have some money to keep the cheat out for you, hey, man, it's good, man. Do what you got to do. But you're going to have setbacks, right? It's a lot of no's going to be said. You know what I'm saying? All I need is one yes. I might have a million no's, but all I need is one yes. So don't worry about setbacks, man. Keep it going. Like I said, they don't educate those they want to dominate, man. Right? So you got to get with the right people, man, to people that don't have an ulterior motive. People that have an ulterior motive or something up their sleeve, they might, do some stuff, you know what I'm saying? They might trip out on you, man, but you don't need them, man, in your life, man, for real, for real. Those people are slick, man. I'm telling you, they real slick. I've seen it for myself, man. They don't educate those they want to dominate, man. I'm telling you. And check this out. They don't educate those they want to dominate. And that's something that I went through, like I tell you. And I even went through it after the rap world. It was a lot of people that didn't want to educate me in this Christian world on things, but I had to get it for myself and had to do things for myself. You know what I'm saying? And so even the podcast world, I guess people felt like, hey, man, that dude, if he have a podcast, it's going to take away from my podcast. It don't work like that in podcasting. In podcasting, man, I'm subscribed to probably about 50 podcasts because I be listening to them. You know what I'm saying? It's one motivational podcast I listen to every morning, right? And then it's 2 or 3 I listen to every morning. So, and throughout the day, I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to educate you. Now, let me tell you something. Blame is not a strategy for success. It ain't nobody's fault where you at in life, right? It's only your fault. It's only our fault. It's not nobody's fault but yours, right? It's on me, man. And so if I didn't step into the right spot, hey, man, I just didn't step into the right spot. It wasn't my mama's fault. It wasn't my daddy's fault. It wasn't my teacher's fault. It wasn't my grandmother's fault. It wasn't the boss fault at my job. No, it wasn't their fault, man. It wasn't their fault, right? Blame is not a strategy for success. And remember that. Now, I want you to understand this. This is what I really want you to do. Recognize opportunity and seize opportunity. Recognize opportunity. Man, I had a podcast a few weeks back about the lame man when Jesus asked the lame man, does he want to be made whole? And he started complaining like, man, every time I try to get into the water, the water, man, you don't even need the water now. The one can hear you is right in front of you. Recognize opportunity. And then I wanted to really piggyback off that, really, when I did the podcast, man. When Jesus told the lame man that, asked the lame man, did he want to be made whole? And the lame man said, oh, every time the water is troubled, man, it's all these people getting in front of me. I can't make it. I have no one to help me get in the water. He didn't tell Jesus, yes, I want to be made whole. He just made up a whole bunch of excuses. A lot of people like to be in that vein. They like those excuses, man. And they want to be, like looked at in a certain way, because the responsibility of being a boss is really hard for a lot of people. And so they'd rather be, the person that's looked at as the person that's down, So some people like that. I know it sounds crazy, but it is. Now, recognize and seize opportunity. When you get the opportunity, seize it, man. I mean, some things people do, they don't like to be embarrassed. They don't like to be like they need something. Or, oh man, I don't want them to make it look like I don't got no money. Oh man, I don't want to make it look like I don't know what I'm doing. So I just fake it till I make it and do it. No, man, ask a question. If you don't know it, that's the most dangerous person in the room. A person that won't ask a question and do it like he know it. No. Ask the question. That means you're going to seize this opportunity. You got the man right in front of you. Hey, man, ask the question. Ask the question, right? And I say that because, look, there's no more, and you need to take a picture of this and then write this down. It's nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. It's nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. What we can do is go back on some of the opportunities that we did miss and say, man, how much did they make off that? Man, what did they do? And they made it. I mean, it's a lot of people that did IPOs. I'm talking about, and they could have got in on the ground floor, and then you see it. Oh man, Microsoft done did it. Oh, Apple done did it. Man, I could have got in on the ground floor of that. Hey man, ain't nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity, man. Check it out. My last thoughts, man. And man, I want to thank y'all for having me click and play, man. It's just such a good thing, man. I got to go to my last thoughts. My last thoughts. The doors will open. Hey, man, doors will open for you, dog. Doors will open. But it's up to you to walk through them, man. Doors will open, man, but it's up to you. It's up to you to walk through them, man. Hey, man, like I tell you, it's the grocery store method, man. You can't open them. Doors won't open until you step in the right place, man. Doors will not open until you step in the right place. Hey, man, this is 007, man. And so I want y'all to leave y'all comments, man. Tell me what you thought about the show, and tell me about what you think about the show in general, man. You can go back on some, and you know what I'm saying. And to my Apple listeners and to my new subscribers on YouTube, man, thank y'all so much. I'm coming with some new material, and you're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. Hey, man, next level thinking. Private discipline. Don't trade what you want for what you want right now, at the moment. Exchange bad habits for good ones. Setbacks, they're gonna come. Look, man, they're gonna come. Blame is not a strategy for success. Recognize and seize opportunities, man. I'm telling y'all, it's nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. Hey, this is 007, man. I love y'all, man. Don't let your yesterday kill your tomorrow. God can blow your mind if you let him, man.